Hello everyone, welcome to Informatica videos. I'm Khadrabali Sheikh, Senior Solution Architect from Informatica. Today I'm going to discuss and demonstrate about Cloud Data Quality Automation Bundle. Let's take a look at what is a CDQ Automation Bundle. The Cloud Data Automation Bundle is a collection of predefined data quality rules and its related assets designed to streamline the process of data quality improvement in Informatica's cloud data quality service. In simple words, it is a collection of pre-built assets. So in data quality, we have assets. For the people who don't know the assets, right, at the first time who are watching the video, in data quality, we have rule specification, parts, claims, dictionaries, assets to implement data quality rules. By using it, you can evaluate the data quality on the data fields. Now, why it is called CDQ Automation Bundle? Because this bundle offers comprehensive pre-built data quality assets such as rule specifications and dictionaries. So we have many other bundles like a core bundle and crisis bundle and healthcare cloud data quality bundle, right? So this bundle is an automation bundle. So this bundle focuses on the commonly used and most frequently used data attributes like a name, address, email, phone validations. That's why this is called as a CDQ automation bundle. Let's take a look at why we need it and how this CDQ bundle helps them. So it helps to quick start for the new users. So if you are someone who are less technical or interested to learn the technical things and you are working on a data governance project or you are an analyst and you want to improve the data quality and the data fields that you are working on, right? So this bundle is a good starter for you because all the assets are pre-built. Pretty much you just need to go and access and starting using it in your projects. Save time and reduce manual effort. Since these assets are already built, right? All you need to do is take a look at it and see what and where it fits your needs, right? And if at all you need to enhance, right? You don't need to start from the scratch. That's where it saves the time for you. Cost savings, how it helps you on a cost reduction, right? Because when you have to implement or design the data quality rules, you need to have your manpower. And if the customization or the rules are like, very tactical or, maybe hard, right? Then it takes more time. So these Informatica Cloud Data bundles has been designed by our experts, and we have pretty much of a predefined rules to fit all your needs. So here it all takes a less time to look at it and use it, right? And if at all you again you have to enhance, right? You don't need to scratch, start from the scratch. That's where you are saving the time and you are saving your cost too. Improves data trust, right? Now you have all these data qualities readily available. By applying these data quality checks, right, you can automate the things, right? By using the CDQ automation bundle, right, you can use it on the name fields, addresses, emails, phones, right? You take any data set, right, be it a customer data, be it a employee data, or any products, right? There are certain things very common, right, in nature. So this CDQ automation bundle is focused on that. By using that, you can pretty much automate these things for your daily needs. Supports data governance. So these CDQ data rules, right, and assets, they all integrated with the CDGC as well. So if you have a data quality rule, you can also use that rule in your cloud data governance and to build data quality occurrences, data quality rule templates. Again, those are like data quality checks on your data governance projects. Now let's see, how we can use it. So to use these bundles, we need to go to the administrator service in Informatica and go to add-on bundles page and frame where we have to download it. Once you download, we need to review what all the assets we have and how it helps. Once you figure out that which rule you need, you can define the data quality dimensions, such as we have a variety of dimensions, right? Validity, accuracy, consistency, completeness, uniqueness, right? So according to your data quality requirement, you can set that dimension and then use that on the profiles, as I said, on the cloud data governance, right? You can use on the multiple services there. So on when you are using on the profiles, you can also build the scorecards to show that metrics on the cloud data governance dashboard. So in the demo, right, I'm going to show you what all the assets will be there and how we can create a profile and then apply these rules, easily. And then I'll also focus some time on creating a data quality rule occurrence from CDGC and then rule template, how these readily available assets can be tagged easily there, right? Let's dive into the demo. I have logged into the Informatica application and currently on the data quality service. Let me show you how and where these bundles will be available. This is the administrator service. Click on the add-on bundles. So here all the bundles will be present, and if you click on the available bundles, right, it will be present here. And if you already copied, those will be visible here. And if you are already installed, those will be here. So how to copy these bundles? What all the bundles are available? For that, right, my colleague Akshita has created a detailed video that is available on YouTube. So this one, I will leave the link in the description. You can go through that. We also have a detailed documentation showing the screenshots, how to copy these bundles from the administrator service to your local folders. Now let's focus on the assets what we have. So let's go back to the data quality service. So I already copied this data quality automation bundle to my folder. So this is my folder here. If you go to all projects, so here in other folder, I have copied this data quality automation bundle. So if you look at that, these are the different type assets that we have in this bundle. As we called out, in this automation bundle, we are going to have dictionaries and rule specifications. So this is a very good startup for the people who are very new to data quality, because these are very easy, less complex in terms of technicality. So if you are someone like a data steward or a business person and have interest to develop the things quickly and also want to learn the technical side of things and the data quality, right? So this is a very good starter for you. So you can take a look at this and see how you can implement. So let's take a look at that. Know what we have as a rule specifications. A rule specification is nothing but it validates a condition. If it is meets your criteria, it says valid, and if doesn't meet, it says invalid. So those kind of validations are called as a rule specifications. And we may use some of the lookup tables to validate those records, right? So those lookup tables are called as a dictionaries in cloud data quality. So cloud data quality automation bundle is a combination of dictionaries to look up the information and validate whether the record is passes through or it is an invalid record, right? So we use dictionaries, and rule specification is the rule that validates the data. So let's see, what all we have here. We have checks on the names. You see first name, last name, and then we have a checks on the email address, date measurement, middle name, nickname, phone, right? If you look at all these rings a bell, right? These are very commonly and daily used data attributes, right? Data fields. So once we have configured the data quality rules, we can easily automate all of them, and every day we can watch how the data has been behaving behind the scenes. Total, we have 44 assets in this bundle, right? So let's take a look at some of the rule specifications. Let's see how this validate last name rule specification works, right? So it takes your input and verifies whether it's null or not, and then it converts the title into this and makes the first letter as the uppercase. If you look at this, right? And we have given the description also what it is doing, and then the result is within this dictionary, meaning that we have a huge collection of last names that we think that is the best suit for the last names, right? So we have configured all of them into this dictionary. It has a huge list. So in this list, it is going to compare that inputs and checks that the last name is valid name. If it matches with the value in the dictionary, it says valid, otherwise it says invalid. And for any rule specification, right, how do you know that it's a valid or not, right? When you are saving, it says that it's valid. And then another way, right, you can right away check your things once you developed by clicking on this click text. Okay, so you can select your runtime event, and then you can run a test on this. So once you run that, if it says, if the rule is working fine, then you will see valid and invalid values here. This is how you can evaluate. Now let's take a look at, a few more, and then we'll go and use this. So I'm going to check on the validate US, Canada state names. So again, this is, so here we are validating the state names of a US country and then Canada, and we are using a dictionary. All those names will be visible here to see this. So if the values coming from the sources matching with this, then it will be valid, otherwise it's invalid. And then let's take a look at that email validation, how it is doing. So these are the conditions, right? So for someone who are new, right? So it's not that easy to build all this content. So this has been, defined and created by our experts to make the life easy of our customers. So you can go through that and understand how we have defined these. And next time, right, you can enhance more. For suppose this is meeting probably a 50% of your requirement, right? Then you don't need to start from the scratch, right? You can develop from the 50% to the 100%. That's where we are saving the time for you. So it validates all the emails, the patterns and all. And on this pre-built content, right, we also tested it. For suppose you want to know how we know these things are working, right? We also give some test data here to test it. Let's take a look at that. See, now wherever it is invalid, right, it says invalid, and this one looks valid and it says valid. So if you are null, right, in the condition, we said, it's valid, because wherever the text is incorrect, there we are correcting it. Okay, so nothing we are developing here, all readily available content. Just come here, look at the configuration by looking at the logic and see if that helps you, or just modify here and there. And most of the times it helps you right away too for the quick checks, right? And then do a small test with the data that you have and see how this qualifies and ready for use. Now I have a couple of profiles that I'm going to use some of these assets, right? So let me show you that. So I have two profiles. One profile is an all customers table, another one is on the employee table. So this is the profile data on all customers, right? And this is the definition. And Snowflake, this is the table from Snowflake. All customers is the table name. Okay. And we can use these rules on this rules tab, right? So I've already tagged a few like a validate country, validate currency, first name, right? So now if at all I have to add the rules from the bundles and apply that on the profile, how do I do that? So let me show you that. So we will come to the profiles and click on this plus icon and go to your project and folder where you copied. So my bundle is under other folder. So I will go here and this is the folder that I'm looking for, Cloud Data Quality Automation Bundle. I will click on this. And here I'm trying to, validate state or, state names for the country, Canada and US. So let me say state. Okay, I took this one. And which field you want to validate, right? So in this profile, you may have a variety of fields. Now you selected the rule. Now on which field you want to apply, right? So I need to select state field from my all customers table. I have selected that. Okay, saved it. And by this, right, once I run the profile, it will evaluate how many valid or invalid records. Now, I also want to showcase these scores as a metrics or the scorecards in my cloud data quality. So how do I do that? For that, right, once I add this, I will go onto the metrics tab and then I will add this rule again here. So now again, since I added there, right, now it is showing validate US Canada state name. So let's add this. Okay, it says cannot create a rule occurrence as no dimension is available, right? So on this rule, right, validate state names, we haven't defined the dimensions on that. So if you look at this, right, where do I see the dimension? Here, right? So we need a dimension to evaluate the data quality scores, right? Because what is that we are measuring here? We are looking at the valid records, validity, or how consistent are those data, or how right timely when it got updated, or how accurate the data, right? So we want to define that. So we need to select it. So in my case, I know I want to evaluate how accurate the state names are, right? So I want to check on that. So I'm going to select the accuracy. I saved it now. Now let's try one more time. Go to this and click on next, right? Now it has this accuracy. Previously it is missing. That is why it is not allowing us to create a scorecard, right? It is good. And this will be the data quality rule occurrence name in CDGC. Okay, if at all you want to modify this for making it easy, you can make it. Otherwise it comes, with the dimension name and then what you are trying to do it says primary rule sets. Let's change this. So I just named like the state names are accurate. Okay, click OK and save this. So I also used other ones, validate country to validate the country names, and then the first name, and then the currency, and completeness checks, other checks, right, on this profile. So once I run this profile, we will be able to see how this works and how this helps. And we'll also see the scorecard in CDGC. Let's run this. The profile execution is completed now. Let's take a look at the results. Click on the profile. It says that, this has been updated with the latest results. Click here to update. And we can see the results on here and whatever the rule specifications we have added, right? So it validated all those and we can see the information here. If need, you can click on this and review. Otherwise, we also added as a metrics scorecards to review this in neatly in CDGC, right? So let's click on the view scorecard board to look at them in CDGC. All right. So we did a consistency check, and we did an accuracy check, and we did a validity check, and we did another completeness check. Okay. And these are the scores on that. So we verified the order amount from the customer orders, and looks like it is 99%, and it shows total number of rows it profiled, and out of that it validated one as a failed record. And then we validated the first names of the customer, and out of these 140 are invalidated. And then we validated like state names. So out of 2500, 9 are invalidated, right? Now all this information is good. How do I know that which are failed records, whether it is correct or not, right? So how do I do know that? To look at that, then we can examine the preview of valid rows or failed rows. Let's look at the failed rows on the state one. So these are the invalid or failed rows. So let's see why it failed. So IL is even correct, but I wanted it to quote this from the dictionary. So it is showing as invalid record. Since we are using dictionaries to compare the values, right? If a value is missing in your dictionary file, but the record is coming, that value is coming from the source, and if it doesn't match, it says as an invalid. And how about this ones? So we have seen the state names as a codes like NY, AZ, right? So here it says, right, New York. And what we are checking here, accurate. So this is not accurate information, right? We want to see two letters as a state names. That is where these are failed as invalidate records. Let's take another example, right? So country name, consistency and the country name. Okay. So there are 13 records are invalidated. Before figuring that, right? Let's see that how the country names are there in our dictionary. Okay. So let's see. So all the country names are in a full letters, right? It's not using any codes. And let's see how the result on this one. So if you look at these failed records, right? So these are not consistent. So in our dictionary, we have seen all the country names as in full, whereas here it's coming as in a country code, right? USA, US, can, and this is even wrong here, right? So these are invalidated records. So this is how we can apply these readily available data quality rules on the profile in CDP. Now let's take a look at that, how we can use them in CDGC or cloud data governance and catalog. So I'm going to create a rule occurrence using these readily available assets. What I'll do, I'll click on home. I will click on the new button to create a new business rule. So I'm going to create a data quality rule occurrence. This is nothing but a scorecard, right? So I will click on a create. I am going to validate the last name. Okay. Or maybe I can validate a phone number. Let's validate phone and fax. And the dimension I'm going to use is a validity. And then measuring method is Informatica data quality. And here I need to tag my input, that is my data field. So I'm going to select here. So I'm going to apply this on my Snowflake catalog source. Have a employee table. I'm going to apply on top of that. Okay, so this is my employee table and I want to validate the email addresses. So I will select the email. Next thing is I need to tag my data quality rule here. So I'm going to use from my bundle. I will go to projects and folders, click on this, and we are going to use the readily available asset from data quality automation bundle. And I'm looking for email. So validate email address is the one that I'm looking for. So I selected this, click OK. Okay, and then criticality, you can choose as per your need, and I'm keeping it as a medium. And the target, my target is 90% of the data should match, then I will be accepting it. If it is 70%, that is okay for me. Less than 70, it's going to be, I want to treat that as a failure. And the data quality checks I want to perform weekly basis, I kept it as a weekly. I can change it to daily or monthly, but for now, weekly is good for me. So I did that. Okay. Let's create it. So, all right, let's execute this. Job is still running in the MCC, so we can see the progress here. So we submitted the job from here, and it is running in MCC. So this is our rule, and this is our data element, and this is our rule occurrence. Okay. By the way, looks like I tagged the email field here, and I said phone fax. That's okay. Let's fix this. We can rename the rule occurrence name to email address. Validate email. All right. Oh, looks like the job looks like it is completed. Let me see. Okay, in progress. Okay, let's see. Job is completed. Let's see the result here. So this is the rule occurrence we created. Refresh it. Okay, and let's look at the score. Okay, it says that 200 total 214 records out of 12 are failed records, and we can click on the data preview to preview failed rows. Okay, looks like some are null. Here we are missing the at the rate, and this is doesn't have any meaningful email, right? So that's why these are invalidated. So far, I did nothing, right? I just used the rule as is and validate the email address, first name, last name, and then the country codes, state codes. All good. These are like, creating one by one rules and validating each field, right? Now, we also talked about these rules will help about automation. How do we do that? So whenever we talk about automation in cloud data governance or the data quality, right? So we have something called rule template, data quality rule template. So how it helps is on that rule template, we will be tagging the glossary and all the fields associated with that glossary will be evaluated with the underlying data quality rule. So let's check that how it is. So I'm going to create a data quality rule template and based on the glossaries, and let's see how that help us, right, to evaluate the scores. I'm creating a rule template. Let's see how to, tag the data quality rule and how it helps to automate. Rule template, and I want to evaluate first name or last name, but it should be a name. So I'm going to say validate name. Then going to take as a permission as a validity. My glossary is name. Okay. So what all the data elements has been tagged with this glossary? For all of them, data quality rule occurrence will be created, and we are going to see that. And I am going to tag the data quality rule for it. Now you may think that we have seen the data quality rules for the last name, first name, but we don't have a data quality rule for name. So how do we going to achieve this, right? So what I did is now I have seen the first name, last name configurations. So I went ahead and copied the rules in the Explorer, and I created a name rule specification. Since I now have the dictionaries for first name, last name provided by Informatica, right? So all I did is I just created an input called name, and then in the rule logic, I used both the dictionaries. So I used the dictionary first name, last name. So I want to make sure that a name is coming from the source and that either matches with the first name or last name. So that is my validation, right? So again, this is how we can enhance. Previously, we just have two different rule specifications to validate first name, last name. Now I combine both to validate a name, right? And this is what I'm going to use on my rule template for the automation. I'm going to use validate name. And this is important. Once you enable, then only the rule occurrence will be created and the data elements tagged with the primary closure. So it tells that information. If you did not enable this, then there won't be any data rule occurrences created on the data elements. And again, this is our thresholds on the score, and this is my frequency, how frequently I want to run. All right. So we tracked pretty much everything on this create. There's a one difference between the data quality rule occurrence and template. Rule occurrence is like standalone rules that can be executed from the CDGC screen. But rule templates are not like that. It has tagged on the resource level, meaning that now you tag this data element name, right? And this is coming from the catalog source, this one, right? So whenever you execute this, based on that, right, it will create all the data quality rule occurrences that will be part of the rule template. Let's execute that and review the data quality scores on that. My metadata command center, and this is my catalog source, right? I'll go here, check this. And let's see whether data quality is enabled. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Let's save this. Run. And I just want to run the data quality. So I'm just taking off all the options. And I will just say data quality run. Job is completed in MCC. Now let's take a look at the rule template and see what it does. So this is the rule template that we created on the name glossary. Okay. So it says that there are two rule occurrences. So let's go see. So it created two rule occurrences. Okay. And then we have two data elements as a primary data elements. Okay, so how this is happened? If you go to the employee table here, right, in the you can see that the name glossary has been tied to first name and last name, because we want to automate this process. I don't want to create a separate rule to validate first name and another rule to last name, right? So I just want to have a generic name process. And tomorrow, if I'm attaching this glossary to another catalog source, probably Oracle or Salesforce, right? I want to automate the process of evaluating these names with the the data quality rule I have, right? So by going one by one, it's a manual process and takes time. Rather than that, this is an automated way. All I just need to go and create a generic glossary, and that will be tied to the all the data elements that I want to automate. And once I created this template, I will be executing the related catalog sources. And whenever I run that, based on the number of data elements, I will see the data quality rule occurrences. Now, these rule occurrences I haven't created manually, right? These are automatically created. That's why you see the names are auto, and you see the scores on this. And these are the total rows, and these are the ones. This is pretty much same functionality like a rule occurrence, where rule occurrence we have created, whereas these ones belongs to rule template and automatically got created, right? So this is the automation process. So this is what I want to explain in this CDQ bundle. Hope this video was helpful to you. We love your feedback. Please let us know how we are doing and how helpful these videos are. And please let us know your comments as well to betterment anything that we are lacking and how good our videos. So your feedback has been tremendous. It is helping us to evaluate what we have versus what else we can do better to you. Thanks for giving this opportunity. You all take care. Thank you.